AITA for banning my SIL from babysitting after she put breast milk in my child's ears. I have a 7-year-old daughter, Rose. Rose is prone to ear infections. She had a double ear infection recently and couldn't go to school on Friday because she had a low-grade fever. I had to go to work and couldn't get a babysitter, so my SIL offered to keep her for me. Everything seemed to go well until I picked Rose up and my SIL told me she had put breast milk. She has a 12-week-old in Rose's ears to help with the ear infection. She even offered to send some home in a dropper bottle so I can keep giving it to her. She claims it's a great remedy and that Rose was already starting to feel better. I couldn't believe that she did this to my child without asking. I yelled at her for it. We argued. And I told her she will no longer be able to be around Rose unsupervised. Now Rose is upset that she can't go to her auntie's house anymore, and my brother called me to say that I upset his wife. She was just trying to help. And that I overreacted. This is a woman putting her bodily fluids in my child's ear. I think I have a right to be upset. It seems that everyone is against me on this, so I wanted to know if I was the asshole for banning her from babysitting or being near Rose unsupervised. NTA. I'm going to point this out for the people who pass other judgments. Nurses of all stripes are not above falling for misinformation and partial information. Even acknowledging that breast milk contains antibodies and is designed for consumption. It's worth noting that it also carries any virus that SIL has transfers into breast milk, and the research focuses on providing it from mother to child, not mother to unrelated child. And unless SIL is hubby's blood relative, she has no blood relation to Rose. Breast milk also contains white blood cells from the mother. And there's no promise that blood products from SIL are safe for Rose. I bring this to since the milk was applied topically. My biggest problem with this, even factoring in that SIL is a nurse, is the fact of boundaries. SIL was not looking after her niece as a nurse, but as a babysitter, and should have acted as one, including talking to Op about the idea before going through with it. As someone who was tasked with keeping track of emergency medication in a school, I couldn't give so much as a painkiller without reaching out to parents. Well, unless someone was having a heart attack, then I could get them to chew an aspirin, but that's first aid training. JFC Reddit is wild. Any other post where a family member babysitter gives a kid baby Tylenol without permission, and those people are Oz. But according to Reddit, you overreacted because it's breast milk this time. NTA. Babysitters shouldn't be giving any medicine or home remedies without permission, no matter how normal and fine people apparently think it is. NTA. Someone put their bodily fluids in your child's ears. All sorts of diseases can be transferred via milk, which is why hospitals screen donors. Irrespective of breast milk's purported benefits, it was done without your permission nor any form of testing. It blows my mind that anyone would call you an asshole for this. NTA. That's such an invasive thing to do. I would expect someone to ask me before they treat my child, especially with something like breast milk. You probably don't need to ban your daughter from seeing your SIL. She's had to have gotten the message to not overstep. So I would give her another chance, but if she blows that, bye. NTA. She did it without asking. That's the issue here. NTA. I really hate the "was only trying to help" excuse when someone has the audacity to do something without a person's permission. NTA. I see the comments calling out that the breast milk is fine and all that, but that's not the issue. It's about someone else's breast milk. Who knows if they have any health issues, sickness to make it worse. Also, it was a decision about your child that she didn't have the right to make. Providing medical help in any way requires parental consent. NTA. I won't jump into the debate about breast milk being helpful or not. But I say NTA because any medical treatment should have been run by you. Sure, if there were an emergency needing drastic and quick treatment. But the ear infection is not. NTA. Breast milk has limited antimicrobial properties in the gastrointestinal tract, and very limited antiviral properties in the mouth. Essentially, if your baby is exposed to a virus within 10 minutes of drinking it, the milk might make a small difference, and has moisturizing properties for skin. Other than that, it's fat and sugar, aka food for bacterial growth. Putting it in ears, eyes, etc. is best case useless. Worst case actively harmful. It is also a substance that carries within it substances imbibed by the person producing it, and blood-borne diseases. Giving any medication or natural remedy to a child without parental knowledge and consent is a huge problem. Your SIL is an AH, and it's deeply concerning that a pediatric nurse can't discern high-quality medical research from lactivist bollocks. NTA. She should have asked before giving any treatment. Her credentials are largely irrelevant. You are NTA. This isn't about whether or not breast milk is beneficial to ear infections. This is about you SIL deciding to treat your daughter's illness without your permission. Since your daughter is too young to understand and consent, it is your role as her parent to protect her and make the best medical choices for her. No non-parental figure has the right to make that call. As for moving forward, once the anger cools down a bit, meet up with SIL for coffee. Explain that you know she has your kid's best interests at heart, but you are not comfortable with her making medical decisions for your daughter. If she can agree to that, I think it's okay to let her back into your daughter's life. If she breaks that agreement later down the line, well, she knows the consequences. If SIL pushes back against your boundaries, one useful tactic is saying, I don't need you to understand, but I do need you to accept. I've used this before. People in my life who simply do not understand a choice I've made. And it does work. You sound like a really good mom. Purple heart. Don't let anyone make you doubt that. NTA. You were upset because she provided basically bodily fluid to your child without your consent. Yes, it is breast milk, and yes, it might be beneficial to assist your child, but she should have asked and see if you were comfortable with it. Even if it is natural for her, it could be seen kind like the same if you would want her to be wet nurse to your child. She should ask. NTA. And I breastfed my own 2 babies. If anyone, and I mean anyone, did that to my kids, I'd be absolutely livid. Don't touch my children. Don't medicate them. Don't shoot your breast milk onto them. Don't give me medical advice. I keep seeing posts saying that this is a widespread remedy to treat ear infections. But I cannot find any scientific articles or any medical documentation saying that breast milk has been clinically proven to treat ear infections. I have found websites that claim this as a remedy, but there is absolutely no medical information on these websites. On the contrary, I have found reputable medical websites saying that milk in the ear, including breast milk, will make the ear infections worse. I understand that breastfeed infants have a decreased chance of ear infections. But milk has sugars in it, so putting it into the ears is just giving the bacteria more fuel. Call your child's doctor and ask them. You might need more antibiotics to undo your SIL's helpful remedy. NTA. For being upset. I kinda would be too. How hard would it have been to send a text, hey, VM can help with ear infections. Would you like me to express some for your daughter's ear? Could text back, sounds great. See if daughter is okay with it, or, no thanks. Also, The kid is 7. I have a 5-year-old who would not let me do that to her. So I just hope the 7-year-old had agency to say if she was okay with it or not. Holistic health nuts will be the death of so many people. NTA. NTA. While her intentions might have been good, putting breast milk in your child's ears without asking was a boundary cross. And you have every right to be upset. NTA. It really doesn't matter if it works or not. It doesn't. No one should be applying medical care to your child without telling you first. NTA. NTA. First, you don't treat someone else's kid without permission, and as a nurse they should know that can make them legally liable. Second, that's so gross on so many levels.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.